System gywrain gydgysylltiol o rymoedd naturiol yw'r ddaear. Pan fo anghyd bwysedd yn datblygu yn y system honno, gall arwain at effeithiau byd eang. Efallai nad yw'r effeithiau hyn yn amlwg ar unwaith ar yr Ynys Las yn arbennig, ond mae ganddyn nhw'r potensial i effeithio'r bob un ohonom. Mae gwyddonwyr o bob rhan o'r byd yn ymchwilio i'r amgylchedd hwn sy'n newid, gan geisio deall beth fydd yn digwydd yn y dyfodol. Ymhlith y gwyddonwyr hyn mae'r rhewlifegwyr o Adran Daeryddiaeth Brifysgol Abertawe yng Nghymru.
It's interesting, there's actually been surprisingly little work in Greenland as a whole. A lot of work's been done in Antarctica, and then a bit in Greenland, and then suddenly people realised that Greenland's actually the place that's changing most rapidly.
Yn ystod misoedd yr haf, mae rhewlifegwyr o Adran Daeryddiaeth Brifysgol Abertawe yng Nghymru, dan nawdd Ymddiriedolaeth Leverhulme, yn gallu manteisio'r amodau mwy ffafriol i wneud gwaith maes manwl. Arweinydd y prosiect yw'r arbenigwr rhyngwladol, yr Athro Siwan Davies.
Our project's called GLIMPS, and we're trying to understand the overall stability of the Greenland ice sheet. So what we really want to know is how much water Greenland's going to contribute to sea level in the future.
Yn ystod y 20 diwethaf, mae gwyddonwyr o bob rhan o'r byd wedi bod yn monitro llen iâr Ynys Las. Maent wedi gweld fod y llen iâ yn teneuo ac yn colli mas ar raddfa mae'n ymddangos na welwyd mwy thebyg o'r blaen. Yn syml, mae tymereddau uwch y degawdau diwethaf yn achosi'r llen iâ grebachu yn gynt nag am ei eira'r gaeaf yn ei adnewyddu.
What happens is snow falls in the centre of Greenland and it's transported slowly outwards to the edges. Part of it melts and runs off. Other parts are discharged through tidewater glaciers as icebergs. And in Greenland, it's about half and half. So about half of the snowfall that lands on Greenland runs off as water, and about half comes out as icebergs. That proportion's been changing over recent time, and much more of the snow has been actually discharged as icebergs. That seems to be one of the keys. And if we can understand the rates of discharge through the glaciers of Greenland, then we can actually understand the sea level rise which is coming from Greenland.
Nod y teithiau hyn oedd canolbwyntio ar y ddau rewlif mwyaf yn Ne-ddwyrain yr Ynys Las. Rhewlif Helheim yn rhan ucha Fjord Symilic a rhewlif Cangalwswac sydd ymhellach i'r gogledd. Mae'r rhewlifau hyn yn llifo i'r môr drwy ffiordydd enfawr ac maent yn arbennig o bwysig am fod eu symudiadau wedi cyflymu'n ddramatig yn y degawd diwethaf. Wedi wahanu o'r prif len iâ, mae'r rhewlif Mitificat yn gorchuddio ardal sy'n 31 km sgwâr ac o'i gymharu â rhewlifau eraill ar yr Ynys Las yn fach. Mae'n enghraifft weladwy iawn o rewlif yn cilio ar raddfa gyflym.
Mitificat was the first real glacier we'd come across. I mean, we'd seen them in the distance, but we actually managed to get up and walk onto Mitificat. I was totally blown away by how much Mitificat was changing. Even day to day, you could see the water physically running off the glacier. The ice was just melting in front of your eyes, and there are huge water channels that run all the way down the glacier. Some of these had formed 3 new waterfalls, which had formed over just a couple of weeks as the ice had melted back and exposed them. And that really showed just how quickly this glacier was changing. And on the warmest days, the glacier was losing up to 10 centimetres in thickness all over the glacier, and that was just running off over the waterfalls and into the sea.
Mai dim ond un rhewlif bach yw Mitificat, gwelir patrwm tebyg o doddi a chilio yn digwydd mewn rhewlifau bach ar hyd a lled y rhan fwyaf o'r Ynys Las. Yn fwy pwysig, mae llen iâ anferth yr Ynys Las yn cilio ac yn teneuo bron ym mhobman, yn rhannol o ganlyniad i doddi cynyddol ac yn rhannol oherwydd bod mwy o fynyddoedd iâ yn hollti. Yn achlysurol, daw popeth at ei gilydd a chant gyfle i fwynhau golygfeydd trawiadol. Roedd Tim James a'i gamerau yn dal i aros uwchben pen hollt Rhewlif Helheim, ac yn y man iawn ar yr amser iawn.
Calving is basically when a piece of ice falls off the front of a glacier that terminates either in a lake or in the sea. A calving event can be really just a small piece of ice, or it can be a piece of ice the size of a house, or in the case of the calving event that we witnessed this summer, it was 4 kilometers wide, 800 meters high, and about 300 meters deep, and it's more like the size of a small city. It was really pretty amazing. The noise was phenomenal. So when we heard this really loud banging, shooting down the fjord, we knew we had to get the cameras rolling.
Wrth i'r daith arbennig hon ddod I ben, cafodd aelodau'r tîm eu hatgoffau bod nhw mewn rhan o'r byd sy'n gartref I dywydd eithafol o bob math.
On our very last day that we were trying to work, the wind got really quite strong and it got quite stormy. And the captain of our boat, Siggy, he's never said stop working before. He's always done exactly what we want to do. We were trying to take measurements over the back and he started looking a bit concerned and sort of walking around the boat quite fast, and eventually we had to give up. We had an iceberg that looked really small, and then as it raised in the wave, it would just rear up and this huge iceberg would appear. And it really was quite interesting, shall we say.
It was really windy, it was blowing the icebergs all around the place, and we were getting blown around in the boat as well, so there was a lot of movement. And I got up on deck with the camera, and it was really quite incredible, but also scary.
You really felt a sense of nature that we were a very small boat alone at sea.
It's an Icelandic low, you know, that's causing all this trouble. And I think the Greenlanders say Nagaya to this wind system. And it's blowing all along the shore, bringing huge swell. The icebergs in the fjord are just blowing around everywhere, and just kind of a tiny thing in the middle of huge icebergs. And so you have, I don't know, it was crazy.
I think those field seasons were really successful. We collected basically all the data that we were aiming to collect. We collected good samples for dating. We've got really exciting carving results from the land party. So I think all aspects of the field season overall were really successful.
Mae'r olwg fach hon ar yr Ynys Las yn dangos I ni amgylchedd bregus sy'n profi newidiadau cyflym. Mae'r rhewlifau bach bron a chrebachu'n llwyr, ac mae llen iâ anferth yr Ynys Las yn colli biliynau o dinelli o iâ bob blwyddyn. Mae iâ yr Ynys Las wir yn diflannu. Rydym eisoes wedi dysgu llawer, ond mae'n holl bwysig bod gwyddonwyr yn parhau I ddatgelu cyfrinachau'r iâ. Efallai fod yr Ynys Las yn cael ei hystyried yn lle anghysbell, ond mae'r newidiadau sy'n digwydd yma yn cael effaith ar bob un ohonom yn barod.